Your problem was probably never a lack of discipline. You're just using your brain the wrong way. Look, it's the same story every day, isn't it? You wake up with all that determination. Today will be different. Today I'm going to train, study, work on that project. So what? 3 hours later, you're on the couch, scrolling through your feed, eating junk food, feeling like garbage. And the worst part? You blame yourself. I lack discipline. I'm weak. I'm not good at this. But what if I told you that this has nothing to do with you being weak? What if the problem isn't you, Fee, but the way you're trying to deceive thousands of years of human evolution? Because that's exactly what you're doing. Your brain was built, literally programmed, to sabotage you, to resist effort, to keep you in your comfort zone. And the good news? You can hack it. It's possible to reprogram your brain to desire discipline, so that doing the right thing becomes easier than procrastinating. Does it seem like magic? It's not, it's science. And all of this is in the book Atomic Habits by James Clear, one of the most transformative books on human behavior in recent years. Before we continue, if you want more content like this about psychology, philosophy, and how to master your own mind, subscribe to the channel, leave a like, and comment below. I control my brain. This helps the channel reach more people who need to watch this video. Thank you very much for your attention. Back to the video. Chapter 1. The Invisible Enemy. Your brain is an evolutionary lazybody. So, let's start from the beginning. Why on earth is it so hard to have discipline? The answer is buried in the past. Like, way back in the past. Thousands of years ago, you weren't you. You were a Homo sapiens trying not to die on a savanna. And back then, calories were gold. Energy was life. Those who wasted energy died. Those who conserved it survived. It's that simple. So the human brain developed a golden rule. Do as little as possible. Conserve energy. Avoid exertion. And guess what? That same brain is right here, right now, inside your head. But the world has changed. The fridge is full. You don't need to hunt mammoths anymore. But your brain doesn't know that. So every time you try to do something difficult, studying, training, working on a project, your brain screams, danger, energy waste, abort mission. And you feel that resistance, that inexplicable laziness, that voice that says, leave it for later. It's not laziness, it's biology. And James Clear discovered something revolutionary. You don't need to fight it. You need to redesigning the battlefield. Now pay attention to this. You think you make conscious decisions all the time, right? Wrong. Most of what you do in a day is automatic. It's a reflex. It's a response to triggers in the environment. James Clear tells a classic story. A study caught people addicted to movie theater popcorn. They gave us old, bad, inedible popcorn. Do you know what happened? They ate the same way. Why? Because it wasn't about hunger. It was about the environment. It was about the trigger. Movie theater equals popcorn. Your brain works the same way. That cell phone on your desk, a trigger for procrastination. Netflix on TV, trigger warning to do nothing. Refrigerator full of junk food, trigger for unhealthy eating. You're not failing because of a lack of discipline. You're failing because your environment was designed to sabotage you. And here's the key point. If the environment controls you, control the environment. Chapter 2. The 4 Laws of Transformation. Make it obvious. The first law. Let's get straight to the system. James Clear isn't here to give a motivational speech. He's here to give you an instruction manual for the human brain. And the first law is simple. Make it obvious. What does this mean? It means that good habits need to be right in front of you, visible, impossible to ignore. Want to read more? Leave the book on your pillow. Every day before going to sleep, you'll stumble upon it. Want to work out in the morning? Leave your workout clothes laid out on the chair. Keep your sneakers by the bed. Want to eat better? Put fruit on the counter. He hides the junk food in the highest cupboard. Does it seem silly? It's not, because the brain follows the path of least resistance. If the right choice is in front of it, the brain chooses the right choice. You don't need more discipline, you need fewer decisions. Clear calls this choice design, and it's frighteningly effective, but there's a catch. You also need to do the reverse, make bad habits invisible. Does your cell phone distract you? Leave it in another room. Are social media platforms draining your energy? Uninstall them. Is TV keeping you hooked? Unplug it. Put away the remote. Increase the friction of what is bad. Decrease the friction of what is good. It's behavioral mathematics. The second law, make it attractive. Now the real question, why is it so easy to scroll through social media feeds and so difficult to open a book? Because social media was designed by PhDs in neuroscience to hack your reward system. Each like, dopamine. Each notification, dopamine. Each short video, dopamine, dopamine, dopamine. Your brain is addicted, and good habits don't compete with that. Until now. Clear's second law is, make it attractive. How? Combine boring habits with immediate rewards. Classic example. You hate working out, but you love podcasts. Rule. You can only listen to your favorite podcast at the gym. Suddenly, the gym becomes the place where rewards happen. Another example. You need to study, but you love specialty coffee. Rule. You only drink that gourmet coffee after 30 minutes of studying. The brain begins to make the association. Effort equals pleasure. And there's more. Clear talks about temptation bundling, the piling up of temptation. Combine what you need to do with what you want to do. Need to do cardio? Do it in front of your favorite TV show. Need to review boring work? Put on your favorite music. The trick isn't to fight your brain, it's to bribe it. Chapter 3. The 2-minute rule and identity. Make it easy. The third law. This is when it finally clicks. Do you know why you can't stick to an exercise routine? Because you start out too big. I'm going to work out for 1 hour a day, every day. Then on the third day you're exhausted, without energy, hating life. And he gives up. James Clear has a ridiculously simple solution, the 2-minute rule. Any new habit should be reduced to a version that takes no more than 2 minutes. Want to meditate? Don't start with 20 minutes. Start by taking 3 deep breaths. Want to read more? It doesn't start with a chapter. It starts with a page. Want to work out? Don't start with a full workout. Start with a 15-minute workout. But that's ridiculous. It leads nowhere. Wrong? Yes, it does. Because the goal isn't the immediate result. The goal is to build an identity. You're not trying to read a book. You're trying to become a person who reads. You're not trying to train. You're trying to become a person who trains. And do you know what happens when you do something, even something small, consistently? Your brain starts to believe, I am that kind of person. And when you believe in that, discipline ceases to be effort. It becomes identity. Chapter 4. Make it satisfactory. The fourth law. Last piece of the puzzle, immediate reward. The problem with good habits is that they take time to show results. You train today, but the abs won't show for another 6 months. You study today, but the promotion won't come for another 2 years. And the brain? It wants reward now, not tomorrow, now. Then James Clear proposes something brilliant. Create artificial instant rewards. Example, each day you train, put a ball in a jar. When it's full, you give yourself a treat. For each chapter you read, mark an X on the calendar. Watching the chain grow becomes the reward. With each completed task, you cross it off the list with a thick pen. The physical act of crossing something off releases dopamine. You're tricking your brain. And it works. But there's a crucial detail. Never break the chain without a reason. James Clear talks about the never lose 2 days in a row rule. Missed a day, that's okay, it happens. But the next day you come back without exception, because breaking once is a slip-up. Breaking twice is a new standard. James Clear sums it all up with a devastating sentence. You don't reach the level of your goals. You fall to the level of your systems. Let it in. If your system is bad, it doesn't matter how motivated you are. You will fail. If your system is good, you don't even need to be motivated. You just go with the flow. Clear also cites research by Philippa Lally of University College London, who discovered something fascinating. On average, it takes 66 days for a behavior to become automatic. Not 21 days, as everyone says, 66 days. This means 2 things. First, it will take time. Accept it. Second, but when will you get there? You don't need to think about it anymore. Your brain takes over. And there's more. B.J. Fogg from Stanford proved that behaviors only occur when three things align: motivation plus skill plus trigger. If any one of them is missing, the habit won't form. So the trick is not to increase motivation, because motivation fluctuates. The trick is to increase the skill level, make it easier, and create triggers, environment design. You are literally reprogramming the neural circuitry. But there's one thing James Clear mentions that many people ignore. A rather uncomfortable truth. He says that you'll never get there. There is no final point where you can relax and say, okay, now I have discipline forever. Why? Because identity is not destiny. Identity is maintenance. You don't become a disciplined person and that's it. You remain a disciplined person every day with every small choice. And this might seem tiring, but really, it's liberating. Because it means you don't need an epic transformation. You only need 1% improvement every day, and in a year, you are many times better than it was. It's not magic. It's compound interest applied to life. So as to recap everything, you have never lacked discipline. You were just fighting a brain that was over 1,000 years old using the wrong tactics. You were trying to use brute willpower in a system that demands it, intelligent architecture. But now you know. Make it obvious, redesign the environment, make it attractive, combine effort with pleasure, make it easy, start ridiculously small, make it satisfactory, create immediate rewards, and most importantly, build identity, not goals. Because the objectives they end, hardened identity. When do you stop being someone who wants to read and become someone who reads? The game is over. You won. So the question remains, who do you want to become? Not what you want to achieve, not what you want to possess. Who do you want to be? Because the answer to that question will define every small choice you make, each atomic habit, every 1% improvement. And what about a year from now? You'll look back and you won't believe it. Not because you had superhuman discipline, but why did you stop fighting against your brain and began to work with his brain? If this video resonated with you, subscribe to the channel, because here we break down psychology, philosophy, and behavioral science in a more accessible way. And comment below, what habit are you going to start building today? Thanks for watching. And remember, discipline isn't a gift, it's design. See you in the next video.